friends, and welcome back to Cleaning Therapy. My name is Jenny if you're new here, and today we'll be tackling this very messy game closet. This is part of our Dare to Declutter series. This is episode 3, so if you've been decluttering along with me, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad that you're getting some things done in your house, getting some things out of your house so that you can have more peace and enjoy less clutter. Like most areas that have been organized before, this closet used to look a whole lot nicer. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to that, and you can kind of see one of your spaces go downhill and become very messy and disorganized. So the first step, in my opinion, is just to get everything out of the closet. It's a very small space to work in, and I really can't see what I'm doing until I get everything out. So I'm getting everything on my dining room table so that I can see just what I have, how much I have, and then try to figure out what we actually need. If you'd like to get a free Dare to Declutter guide, I keep those on my website, and the link is always in my description box. I like to keep checklists for cleaning purposes as well as the free decluttering guide. And I'm calling this the Dare to Declutter series because I feel like sometimes it takes a little bit of courage to declutter. Sometimes we have to kind of challenge ourselves to make sure we're decluttering thoroughly and really only keeping what is serving us right now in this season of life, not something we may or may not use later, or something that we would have liked to have used, but stuff that we're actually using right now in our season of life. So sometimes that takes a little bit of push, a little bit of courage, taking a stand and removing this clutter from our homes. And if you haven't joined me on this journey yet, I would love it if you would subscribe so that you don't miss any videos and we can declutter our homes together. Now that everything's out of the closet, I'll go ahead and take this feather duster and go over the shelves, and then I have the Mrs. Meyer's multi-surface spray in the mum scent, and I'll go ahead and get these shelves clean. These floors were extra dirty, so I made sure to sweep them out real well and then mop the floors as well as clean the baseboards. I always like to get these sort of tasks done at the beginning of the year when I'm decluttering, because if I know that the insides of the closets and the insides of the cabinets in the drawers are decluttered and cleaned, then when I go to do my spring cleaning later, it's just so much easier because I can kind of skip over these parts and just focus on cleaning the main living areas of my home and giving all of that a deeper clean. So taking the extra 2 minutes to just get this a little bit deeper cleaned saves me so much when it's time for spring cleaning. Let me know in the comments if just the idea of spring cleaning is exhausting, because for me it certainly is, and anything I can do now to reduce some of the things that I have to do at that time, I certainly will. I would like to thank June's Journey for sponsoring today's video. June's Journey is a relaxing hidden object game set in the Roaring 20s. I've been looking for a fun way to unwind and de-stress at the end of a busy day, and this game is my perfect escape. June Parker is an amateur detective who's trying to solve her sister's murder, and she ends up going on quite the adventure. Inside June's Journey, you can escape to a bygone age of mystery, danger, and romance as you search for hidden object clues from the parlors of New York to the sidewalks of Paris. This game is lots of fun, but also very calming at the same time. And I love that Alex can even help me find the objects and join in. So June's Journey is a free downloadable app, and you can play it on any device. I'll have the link in my description box, and I highly recommend you get it downloaded today so that you can start playing. Thank you so much to June's Journey for sponsoring today's video. Now that everything's out on the table, I'd like to start with these acrylic bins. So these are mostly Alex's things, some of his Play-Doh, his coloring books and activities, his little carousel with his art supplies, and then his schoolwork. So I figured I would just start by making sure everything was in the correct bin and where it belongs, and then I wanted to take these bins over into my kitchen and declutter them individually. Sometimes I'll find random things in these bins like Legos or little magnets, but it's just really good to get your hands on everything in your home. And if you have bins that contain things, go through those bins, get your hands on everything. And if you're just doing it once a year, it's really not bad. And it's really a nice way just to keep everything pared down and decluttered. Once you really get in the habit of decluttering and you see how good it feels to have things more pared down, decluttering really does become more of a regular habit. So I find myself decluttering throughout the year in small ways, just because I am aware that I don't want to keep every single thing. I only want to keep the things that we're currently using. And so I think you start to build kind of a decluttering mindset, and we're all going to be at different stages of that journey. And it's just such a process to pare down your home, and I really don't think it needs to be rushed. I think if you're tackling it at least once a year, you're going to slowly but surely make progress and find yourself just having a more peaceful space. I read a really interesting article the other day. I'll go ahead and link it in my description box if you're interested in reading it yourself. But it was on the connection between having a decluttered space and mental health. And it was really interesting how you really need to strike a balance to get the most benefit out of your environment. So if you over declutter your space and you really have nothing out and you live like an ultra minimal lifestyle with not much visual stimulation or nothing really out to see, that actually decreases creativity. So if you're a person who likes to be creative or likes to enjoy hobbies or likes to use your imagination, that's actually going to go against those things. But if you keep too cluttered of a home, you're going to decrease your productivity, because the clutter is a distraction and it takes up so much of your time and your mental space to look at all the visual clutter that it actually is less space for you to get things done and be productive. So I thought that was really interesting because, decluttering is such a trending thing right now, and nobody really talks about keeping balance here. People are very pro declutter right now, and the only way to get peace and happiness is to make sure your home is very decluttered. And I certainly don't want to preach that on this channel, because I really believe that everything should be balanced as much as possible as we can in our lives. And, if having certain things out brings you joy and helps you to be more creative and happy, then we need to keep those things out. And if it gets to a point where it's too much and it starts to cause us stress or anxiety or make us feel unproductive, then we need to pull back and probably declutter more. So you be the judge of that in your own life, what balance you need between having things out and then having things pared down. And let me know in the comments if you've ever thought about this or if you've tried to strike that balance in your own home. Now that these bins are decluttered and cleaned out, I'll go ahead and get them back on this shelf. And then I'm gonna work on this little caddy carousel right here. I know it needs to be decluttered. There's some markers that have gone out and some crayons that aren't usable anymore. And then it also has a whole bunch of marker stains on the sides from when Alex was drawing on it. So I'll work on cleaning that off as well. And I'll go ahead and link this particular caddy as well as the acrylic bins and anything else that might be useful from this video. I'll put in my quick links, which is in my description box. To clean this caddy, I'm using a magic eraser. I like to cut them up into smaller pieces so that I can get more use out of them. And this little size is perfect for this caddy. And the crayon and the marker are coming right off. Here's a view of this shelf all finished. It's all decluttered and cleaned off and ready to go for Alex to enjoy. And then next I'll be working on the shelf above it, which is the shelf for all of the board games. And since filming this video, I have noticed that even after decluttering our games, we really like to play board games, especially my two older teenagers. So I will be adding an extra shelf to this closet. We have plenty of space for it, and that way we can hold some more games. I had decided to order some of these little bags off of Amazon for all of Alex's puzzles and memory games. I thought that was an easy way to store these, and I can just slide them right into the closet. And again, that will be linked under quick links. These little bags really can save a lot of room so that you don't have to have all of those bulky boxes, and you can even cut out like the puzzle picture and put it on the front, or you could make some vinyl lettering on your Cricut and just go ahead and make a label. They're pretty see-through, so I really didn't think there was need for that, but in the future I might go ahead and add that detail. Now it's time to get these into the closet, and then I'll be working on decluttering all of the board games. Here I'm just looking inside of some of these games and just seeing what's in good shape, what's not. I know that sometimes the 4-year-olds will get into some of the board games and will lose pieces. I knew we had a broken Candyland board as well. So I just wanted to make sure that I decluttered the games that were damaged or broken or had missing pieces, and then kept the ones that were in good shape. And really, if they love playing a game but it gets broken or we lose pieces, I can always order a new one. But I just wanted to make sure that only games that were still in working order went back in the closet. Okay, so these are the board games that are in good working order that we're going to be keeping, and I will show you my declutter pile at the end of the video because it is definitely growing. I will order Alex another Candyland game because he really likes that game, and then like I said, I plan on adding another shelf in here for games. And now it's time to work on what I keep at the top, which is mostly linens and blankets and pillow covers. And the reason I do that is because it's very high up and I don't want to put anything heavy up there or something with a lot of pieces that might fall. And it's just easier for me to stick these large baskets up there and have something in there that's very light, like the pillow covers and the blankets. And these baskets are from Target. I really love them. They're very durable and they're actually easy to clean. So I'll just declutter through all of these linens and things and we'll get this back up in the closet. Okay, so that's all of what I decided to keep, and this is the pile that I plan on decluttering. These are things that I'm no longer using, and then as far as all of these feather pillows, I really don't have any reason or excuse that I can think of that I have this many feather pillows. I do know that I used to have pillows on these two chairs, and I took them off just because it's way more comfortable to sit in the chairs without the pillows. So I know that accounts for 2 of them, but I'm not sure about the other 2 or 3 that I have. I'm not sure where they came from, but I'll definitely be donating them. And this is what I'm keeping, and I'm putting it up at the top of the closet. I'm also putting back the suitcases. This is a great place for me to keep these. It's just a great little way to use up this space at the bottom. And then I like to hang Alex's school bag on this little hook. So here is my declutter pile. It's from my kitchen and this game closet. I still have all the areas in the back of the house to do, but I am ready to go. I'm ready to get everything decluttered. Here's a little shot of the before, just so that we can remember and appreciate just how messed up this closet was. And then stay tuned when I show you the after. I am really, really happy with the way this closet turned out. Friends, thank you so much for joining me for episode 3 of our Dare to Declutter series. I really enjoyed spending some time with you, and I appreciate your support of my channel so much. Make sure you're subscribed before you leave today so I get to see you on the next video, and I will see you next week for episode 4. Always remember, no matter what you're going through in life, you can always come here to my channel and we can clean our way to calm together. I love you, friends.